Hey everyone, and welcome. We are literally swimming in a sea of invisible signals every single day. They're what connect our phones, our laptops, pretty much our entire lives. But with all that convenience comes some hidden dangers. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the unseen risks of your wireless world. Let's dive in and find out what's really flying through the airwaves all around us. I mean, really think about it. Every time you pair your headphones, tap your phone to pay for coffee, or hop on the Wi-Fi at a cafe, you're broadcasting. It's happening constantly. The convenience is amazing, no doubt, but it really makes you ask a pretty important question. Are those little digital conversations you're having private, or is somebody else tuning in? From our homes to our cars to our offices, wireless tech is the absolute backbone of modern life. It's why we can work from a coffee shop, stay in touch with family across the globe, and have all our gadgets just work together. But all of this constant connectivity, it creates this massive attack surface, basically a huge playground of entry points that hackers are just dying to explore. All right, let's start with something we all use probably a dozen times a day, Bluetooth. It's fantastic, right? For keyboards, speakers, headphones. But that same magic that lets it automatically connect to devices nearby also makes it a huge target. And when it comes to Bluetooth attacks, they really come in two totally different flavors. So on one hand, you've got bluejacking. You can think of this as like digital graffiti. Someone sends you a random picture or a silly message. It's annoying for sure, but mostly harmless. But then you have bluesnarfing, and this is where it gets serious. This is actual theft. An attacker can sneak in through that Bluetooth connection and steal your contacts, read your emails, see your calendar, all without you having a clue. One's a prank, the other is a serious invasion of your privacy. Okay. Next up is the tech that makes our tap-to-K world go round, near-field communication, or NFC. It's specifically designed to work only at super close ranges. We're talking 4 centimeters or less. I mean, that's tiny. And that short distance is supposed to be its biggest security feature. But as you're about to see, it's not a perfect shield. And this is where it gets tricky. Most of the time, yeah, NFC is pretty safe because you have to be so close. But picture this. You're on a crowded train, packed in with a ton of people. Someone with a hidden scanner just accidentally bumps into you. In that split second, they could potentially skim your payment info. It's a small window, but it's a real risk, especially when you're distracted in a busy place. And now for the big one, Wi-Fi. Every single wireless network out there, including the one in your house right now, is constantly shouting information about itself into the air. It has to, right? Otherwise, your devices would never be able to find it. But that public broadcast can give an attacker a perfect roadmap to your network's biggest weaknesses. Just look at what your Wi-Fi is giving away for free. First, the MAC address. Think of that like a unique license plate for your router. It tells an attacker exactly what device they're looking at. Then there's the security type, which tells them if you're using strong, modern encryption or something old and easy to crack. But that last one, WPS support, that is a massive red flag. WPS was designed to make connecting easy, but it's famously full of holes. Seeing that it's enabled is like putting out a welcome mat for hackers. And we're not talking about a rare problem here. The scale of this is just massive. In some studies, up to 70% of networks in public areas have these weak settings enabled. That is a huge amount of digital doors just left wide open. It really shows you how common these simple, easy-to-exploit vulnerabilities are. Okay, so we've seen the risks. It can feel a little overwhelming. I get it. The next logical question is, what can we actually do about it? How do we build up a defense against these invisible threats? Well, it all starts with understanding the basic tools that you have at your disposal. So here are the basics. You should absolutely use strong encryption like WPA2 or WPA3. That's what scrambles your data. Definitely turn off that vulnerable WPS feature. You can even use something called MAC address filtering to create a VIP list of devices allowed on your network. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. An attacker can just listen in when one of your approved devices connects, see its MAC address, because it's sent out in the open, and then just clone it. Just like that, your security measure is completely bypassed. You see how this gets complicated and fast? It's not just about flipping a few switches and calling it a day. It's about knowing how attackers think, where the hidden weaknesses are, and how you stay one step ahead of them. Honestly, it's a full-time job. So who's watching out for you?
And that complexity is exactly why so many people turn to experts. Because instead of trying to become a cybersecurity pro overnight, you can just have a partner who manages all these threats for you, giving you a shield that's way, way stronger than anything that comes standard.
And that partner is the Firewall Support Center. We're the ones who handle all this complicated stuff, so you don't have to. We protect you from things like Bluesnarfing and those vulnerable Wi-Fi settings, so you can finally stop worrying about who might be listening in. To secure your digital life and get that peace of mind, go ahead and subscribe to our service. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.